So I was by the Civic Center, so I thought, what the hell? Let's check out the progress on Rape Trail. I've seen progress reports on the playground, but I'm not sure what the deal is with Rape Trail, so let's check her out. By the way, this amphitheater down here is way underused, way underused. It's a great little setting back here, but I don't think it gets used nearly enough. I think one of the issues is it's just not that visible. Rape Trail in the Dora is probably on the order of $150,000 at least. I think just what they did this time is $100,000. And all the work that's been done with all these merchants, that's all really about just making RJ's the sole provider of beer and wine at township events because Rick Welker's buds with Michael Logue. So the township could have just gotten a summer festival permit for its concerts and bid it out, let other people like Mount Carmel Brewing or Big Ash bid on it. But, you know, it's not the way it works. We did some dumbass Dora where none of the merchants want the Dora. So it looks like Rape Trail is pretty much done. Let's take a look. The lights are actually on. So it's still light out here, but these lights are on along the trail. So everything, look at this, is all that I brought up, like that you need a trail that's handicap accessible so that the handicapables can get back and forth without killing themselves going down a steep incline. You need proper lighting. And look at this. See, you've got one, I don't know, I count at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 6 lights installed along this. Think of how much money all this cost just for being able to carry a beer, theoretically, between RJ's or Jungle Gyms, but it's really RJ's the one that's been involved with this. It's all taxpayer expense. By the way, I don't believe RJ's pays any sort of royalty, commission, anything for being able. It must be nice to be part of the Circle of Logue. I'd love to interview Rick Welker about this, but he'll run afraid. RJ's I've not been in for years because the Western Claremont County Republican Club used to pay for renting theaters for private screenings, and we showed the movie What is a Woman in a private screening as a club event, and we got kicked out. We got permanently kicked out for having shown that movie because what happened is a bunch of LGBT and libtards all went on, attacked Rick Welker, and he didn't have the courage to say, sorry dudes, works both ways. If somebody's done a private rental in our basically government subsidized facility, that we let them do what they want as long as it's not illegal. But he couldn't do that. He didn't have the courage to do that. Okay, so I just walked all of Rape Trail that I think is now Safe Trail. It's like, I don't know, needs a little work on the landscaping around. There's a rough edge here, but it looks like it's pretty much done. So it's pretty much done and at great cost. And I think that Rick Welker and RJ should send a thank you note to all of the people. Maybe Rick Welker should give us all a free beer. He should give away $150,000 in free beer because of the exorbitant expense of the Dora and then ultimately this dumb trail that will probably hardly ever get used. You know, all to make him the sole source provider of beer and wine at township events because he's buds with Mike Logue. Whether it makes any sense or not, looks like it's done reasonably well by whoever did it. It's wide, so like a wheelchair or a scooter could get up and down this. It doesn't have any bizarre inclines. I see some drainage under it, so like there's a drainage there, so it won't hopefully have the washing out and mud washing out that was plagued the prior version. This fence behind me would be a good place to put the Hicks Trail sign. Don't you think that'd be a great place to put it? Or at least the Safe Trail. We can try to get the Rape Trail out of the nomenclature, out of everybody calling it. I know people have loved calling it Rape Trail because it was so dangerous, unlit, washed out, muddy, you know. But now it looks like it's really going to be Safe Trail at an exorbitant and ridiculous expense to the taxpayers. You know, much like that $350,000 expense to the taxpayers to get Michael Logue reelected by pretending that a bogus plan for Eastgate Mall was actually going to do anything. It's another $350,000. Well, so you got $500,000 probably between this and that. All right, so that's your update on Rape Trail. Now Safe Trail or Hicks Trail, we'll have to see if they put the sign at the fence. We'll have to see if they give me a certificate for all the suggestions. Although I do think ultimately it's a huge boondoggle waste of money. That is to basically support an individual merchant at great cost to the taxpayers.